Nobody understands Silco. Just how I'm going to start this. Nobody gets him like I do. And that's not me being like, oh my god, guys, I get him, even though I do. Nobody actually, too many people are out there acting, trigger warning, ranty video. This video is just going to be me ranting. Everybody's either like, oh, but he was such a good person. He was fighting for his nation. He was a great father. Which is wrong. Which, well, no. He was not a great father, and the way he was fighting for his nation was not the best. Or people are like, he's a horrible person. He was a horrible father, and he's a pedophile. And he wasn't really fighting for blah, blah, blah. Which is just completely incorrect. Like, there's no way that could, in any universe, be correct or canon. Nobody gets him. Also, fit check. But nobody understands him. Nobody gets him. Starting with, like, the whole, he's a horrible father and he's a pedophile, or he's the perfect father and he was so great. He was not a good father. Hi, Bill. He was as good of a father as he could be. He tried his best. His best was not very good. He tried, yes. That does not mean he was good. And everybody gets that mixed up. He was not, hi, Copper. He was not a good father. He was as good as he could be. He was not good. And when it comes to, he's a pedophile, blah, blah, blah. He was not. If you're viewing it that way, you're weird. I understand if you're viewing it that way because of, like, his voice actor or something like that. But that is his voice actor. That is not Silco. Sorry. Silco is not, he's not a pedophile, first of all. I don't even know where that could have come from. He is not weird towards Jinx like y'all, like, love to say he is. He is attempting to be a father in the only way he knows how, and he is bad at it, yes, but he is trying. And with the people that are like, oh my god, he's a perfect father, he's really not. With the people that are like, he's a horrible father, he's the worst father, he's definitely not. Because he still tried his best. He still was he still tried with her. He tried to be a good dad. He tried to keep her in line in the ways that he knew. He tried that shit. It didn't work very well, but he tried. He was not the world's worst father, and he was not the world's best father. He's in between. That's something so many Arcane fans don't get about so many characters. Characters are allowed to be morally gray. Characters are allowed to be in between. They're allowed to not be good or bad. They're allowed to not be the best or the worst. They can be in between. No Arcane fans understand that. And with the him fighting for Zahn, any argument with that, yes, he is trying to fight for the freedom of Zahn. He is trying to fight for his people to be free from the fucking Pilties. But people are saying that first of all, the people that are saying he's not really fighting for blah, 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 because I've actually seen arguments like that and it's really stupid. Yes, he is. He is trying and he is fighting. But with the people that are like, oh my god, he only did it for the freedom of his people and he was so good with it. He was not good with it. He did it in bad ways. He still didn't care about his people as much as he cared about his nation. He was not the best in any way, and he was not the worst in any way. Hi, Mikey. Okay, well, and oh my god, him and Vander. I need to talk about him and Vander. There are two sides to this. There are two sides to how people act about him and Vander. Sorry. One way is people are like, oh my god, they're so cute and they could have been so much more if he had just found the letter. No! Vander had extremely violent tendencies. Just period. End of discussion. Fucking his friend died from an enforcer, and he continues to gash his basically fucking boyfriend's face open and drown him in the contaminated lake water that he knows is extremely dangerous and contaminated. After he ripped his fucking face open. And then years later down the line, he's refusing to fight for his nation and he's working with enforcers. He is not a good person, no matter how much people try and paint him out as one. He's not. And he was not a good father. Sorry, this is going on Vander rant. We're Vander ranting. He was not a good father either. He was like, Violet, you need to care for Powder, you need to care for Milo, they're your siblings, you need to care for them. But he basically put their entire lives on her, on the 14-year-old girl. That is not okay. He's supposed to be the responsible, respectful adult. He is supposed to be the one in charge of them, and he was not. And Silco understands just how bad he was, and he gave him an option. He was like, if you fight with me, if you try for this, if you put your morals down for 5 fucking seconds and just help, shit can work out. And Vander wouldn't. I don't feel bad for Vander ending up the way he did. And I never will. Sue me. But back on Silco, fucking nobody understands them. And with the people being like, oh my god, Silco would be so horrible. Yes, because Vander is horrible. Silco would be horrible because Vander is horrible. Neither of them would be good. Vander affected him in such ways that everything is fucked for Silco now. Just everything. He will never, well, he won't because he's dead. But if he didn't die, he would never be in a healthy relationship for the rest of his life, man or woman. Because of how Vander affected him. Because of what Vander did to him. Nobody understands Silco. Nobody truly gets Silco. I don't truly fully get Silco. I never will, because I'm not Silco. But people trying to be like, he is definitively in exactly this, or he is definitively in exactly that, are wrong. If you go, he is objectively this or objectively that, you are wrong. He is not objectively anything. None of the Arcane characters are. Period. End of discussion. They are not objectively anything, but especially not Silco. And people that try to put him in boxes or try to paint him out as something exactly are bound to be wrong, no matter what they say. No matter what end of the spectrum they're on. They will always be wrong because they're trying to make him objectively a type of person. And that is wrong. That is incorrect. It just pisses me off so much how the Arcane fandom treats Silco. Also, I forgot to mention it, Q&A video soon, eventually, at some point, I don't know. Very late 100 subscribers thing. So, yeah.